Newcom fans. Again, me and Brian have got together this Sunday for our usual Sunday game. Today we are playing Dawn of War, which is going to be dividing the table completely in half. We're using true line of sight rules in accordance with 5th edition. So all these walls you see out here, if you can't draw a line through them, for example these things here, which are I guess kind of generators, can't draw a line through it, you can't see them. Little green patches on the table are probably going to work as area terrain. It's going to be a Black Templar versus Nid battle as usual. We got 2,000 points. And we're doing Dawn of War, which is basically an escalation scenario where you have a couple troops in your HQ on the board, and then after turn 1 starts, everybody floods onto the field. So Brian's got a different army for me this week. We're going to see what we can do with it.
Rolling. Alright, so we're finished deploying. If you take a look at what the Tyranid have done, they've deployed 2 troop choices. Of course, they're gaunts without numbers, so absolutely nothing I could do. I allowed the Tyranid player to deploy first. In my response to how they deployed, I went ahead and deployed 2 troop choices here. I tried to do it in such a way that effectively nothing that he deployed was going to cause too much of an issue. We're going to go ahead, use the new turn counter, slide it on over to round 1. Seen at the conclusion of round 1, the Tyranid player moved up his gaunts. They were taken out by the Land-Rated Crusader that came run on for turn 1. Little bit of movement going around. Huge warrior squad here by the Tyranid coming forward. Now we're not going to be dealing with night fight rules, so who knows what's going to happen. But with the gaunts coming back every single time, I do get the 1 kill point for every time I take them out. So we'll see what happens now as we go into turn 2. We just completed round 2. The Black Templars brought in an additional set of Assault Marines. On the Tyranid player side, Caleb, do you want to go over exactly what came on your turn?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. We had a Hive Tyrant who deep struck in and through running was able to hide behind some ruins, which was fortunate. We also brought one of our squads back. Oh, Lord, where the heck are you? One of our squads back in from without number. They moved 6 inches off from the edge of the board. And anything else? Yeah, we had 2 Ripper squads. One of the Ripper squads deep struck in and managed to get pretty much behind these bunkers. The other squad deep struck into the middle of the field. 2 squads of Assault Marines made short work of them. And now the Assault Marines are looking for new targets.
So Caleb did a really good job in summarizing exactly what we got going on the board. Again, we're jumping into turn 3, and it's the Tyranids go. Let's see what goes on. Now we're at the end of the real round 3. Nothing like an inside joke that the audience can't understand. The Tyranid player who deep struck a Hive Tyrant over here was destroyed during the Black Templars phase. The Assault Marines that originally had up here were taken out by this Hive Tyrant during the during the Black Templars phase. They were actually finally killed. And the Black Templars did a pretty good job of taking out a lot of groups. Took out the Zoanthrope that was back here. So the Tyranid player still has 1 left, but he's way back in their deployment zone. The Warrior squad here hasn't even been touched, so that is a concern. But the Black Templars really are just kind of trying to gather some steam with, collecting as many kill points as possible.
This is round 4, what I meant to say. Ah, the joys of without numbers. As the Tyranid player brings on his troop choice yet again. So let's take a look at some of this action going on.
Basically what happened was you just really walloped me over here, bringing in 2 assault squads and a drop pod, killed my poor little Hive Tyrant. So now I'm going to have to try to win the game with kill points, obviously. I'm going to have to try to bring some guys back in over here and try to score a couple kill points there. I think I've got a decisive advantage over here, but at this point the game is kind of separating. We've got 2 distinct side battles going on. The middle is still very much out in the open, so still anyone's game at this point.
Hey, Assault Marines, turn around. This is still during the Tyranid phase. The Hive Tyrant made a charge and attack against the Land-Rated Crusader and scored a penetrating hit. We're waiting right now to find out what the result is. And the roll is...
For me, baby. Ow! Destroyed, wrecked.
A roll of 5. It's destroyed. We're trying to figure out why The Black Templars were literally crushing to the nth degree. If we look at the kill points right now, it's
Like
7.
fucking-
It's 7-1. So we're trying to figure out, and we're like, you know, Caleb, this really seems like a very small Tyranid army. What's the deal? And what did you find out?
You know, because I calculated it, and I just, for whatever reason, I was thinking 1,500, even though I said 2,000. So I'm about 500 points shy.
So we're gonna go ahead and call the game at this point because it's not even fair. It's this pretty much is the moment
kind
of the game.
Yeah. That's kind of a symbol for the whole game right there.
Exactly.
If a game could be summed up in an image, that's it.
Yes. You know, image is worth 1,000 words, so let's just add this to the description and be done with it. So, we're sorry if we had you watch turns 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this battle report, only to realize that we completely muffed it up.
I'm very tired. That's nothing explanation.
So, yeah, the Grey Knights were pretty much going to be the only unit totally hammered down on. But yeah, this isn't even a fair game. I'm personally having a hard time deciding whether or not I'm personally having a hard time deciding whether or not I should even post these videos, but I do think it's kind of funny. So, and it also kind of goes over different aspects of a different type of game. Last time we were playing, getting the objectives. What's that mission called? But we had spearhead deployment, and we were trying to go for objectives. In this game, we kind of showed you something different, which was annihilation. It was just a matter of killing people off. And we had Dawn of War deployment. So I feel bad for Caleb.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, I didn't.
It was definitely his turn to win.
What was I thinking?
But yeah, not going to happen with a 500-point deficit on a 2,000-point game.
Good Lord.
So have a good one, y'all, and hopefully we'll eventually get a real battle report up there for you.